Do you not like personal finance gurus? You're not wrong. If you find our financial system way too complicated, you're not wrong. Today's book review is a great book to cover those two topics. Pound Foolish by Helene Olen, exposing the dark side of the personal finance industry. I love this book. I strongly recommend it. You can get it at your public library. You could probably, your library probably has an app. You can download the audiobook. You could download the ebook. You don't even have to walk into the library. Awesome. This book, about the first half or so, she calls out all these huge personal finance gurus out there, people who are multi-millionaires, and talks about how, like, no, you're a snake oil salesman, actually. Her main two qualms with most of these people kind of boils down to two ideas. The first, they tell people all you have to do are these really simple things. Just invest in real estate or this index fund, put it on automatic. You just manage your money well, and you too can be a millionaire. No, you can't. Because the thing is, there's so much out of your control. Like, yeah, maybe you would be a millionaire today, and then a year from now, the stock market collapses, or the real estate market that you've put all of your money into collapses and you're underwater, right? Lots of people this happens to every day. So to claim that anybody can become a millionaire if you just follow these simple rules is a lie. She even has one example of a woman who had a 7-figure retirement. 7 figures. And then her daughter happened to be uninsured for a period of time, during which she got into a terrible accident, a horse riding accident. And now I believe she was paralyzed. So this woman spent her entire retirement taking care of her daughter. Okay, that's the kind of thing that can happen to any of us. Doesn't matter how good you plan for it. Her second biggest issue with them is that they also tell people, look, it's your fault. Whatever your financial situation is right now, it is your fault, right? Okay, yeah. Lots of people, totally their fault. They don't work hard enough. They buy frivolous items. They get into all this debt. Okay, I'll give it to you. But the second half of the book, or most of the rest of the book, is about how this system was created over the past few decades, or it's developed, I should say, so that it does crush you. Wages stagnated over the past couple decades. For most people are making less money. Then items like televisions, clothing, appliances, that kind of stuff has gotten cheaper while our wages have stagnated. But items that we cannot live without, like housing, medical care, and education, those have all gone through the roof. Right? So great, you save a couple $100 on your TV, but you're also spending a couple $100 more every single month just for a place to live. And none of the personal finance gurus ever talk about that kind of thing. The system is really complicated. It preys on people's naivety, their ignorance on how it works, and then we all end up the worse for it. Now, the thing that really clinches how much I love this book is her last chapter is about financial literacy. And that's how I got involved in my field, is because I started off teaching financial literacy because I saw just how much pain and suffering people were going to have because they didn't understand how money worked. And unfortunately, as I was doing it and I was learning more about it, I also realized that personal finance classes don't work on the whole, right? Plenty of cases where, sure, yeah, you learned a lot. You went to a class in high school. It changed your life. That's awesome. But mostly no. And then she says, the thing is, banks and credit card companies, whenever the government says, hey, we need to regulate you, you're making your stuff way too complicated, people can't understand it, instead of saying, yeah, you're right, it is really complicated and people can't understand it, they say, well, if they just were a little bit more financially literate, then they would be able to understand all this stuff. We don't have to make it simpler. They need to get smarter. But people are smart. It's just the system that is complicated. So instead, the banks and credit card companies say, well, we're going to donate millions of dollars to a financial literacy program, and that'll solve the problem. No, it won't. They know that. They know it won't solve the problem. They know that people won't learn and that they'll still be raking in the bucks because people fall for whatever they're doing. If you hate personal finance gurus and you want to understand better how we can fix our financial system, what needs to be done, right? I would recommend this book. It's a 30,000-foot view of personal finance. It is investigative journalism. It's not how to use credit cards and how to save money. It's just, hey, look, here's all the things that are wrong with the people who are telling you what to do with your money. Hey, look, here's the system that is crushing most people. Smart people, people who are doing the right thing, who are working hard, who aren't spending their money frivolously. This is what's wrong. This is why people don't have any money. We need to fix the system. So I love this book. I know there are valid arguments against some of the things that she says. Of course, she's a human being. Information's always updating. This book did come out in 2012, so I don't know if there's a new edition. I hope there is. I hope she writes a new edition. Whew, that'd be great. Strong recommend. You'll still learn about personal finance because you kind of, as she's discussing all of this stuff, you just pick it up. But it's not a scary personal finance book. It is an investigative journalism book. All right. I hope you read it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you. Bye now.